Good. All right. I thought today was a good work day. Continuing to push for the consistency throughout practice. I thought we started well. There were a couple periods there in the middle. We got to be much sharper, just in communication. Pushing through some of the created adversity, but I did think we finished practice strong there at the end. That's part of our growth and the things that we need to do. We've got to improve in every aspect, and it's from how we prepare, how we communicate, continuing to push the effort, continuing to push the physicality, and that's got to show up on a daily basis. But I thought bookending it was really good. I thought there were just a couple periods there in the middle that we got to improve in all facets. But all in all, I thought it was a good work day.
When you watch Cunningham on film, what is it about him that stands out first and foremost?
Yeah, he's such an electric player. He's got a great arm. He can push the ball down the field and very accurate in the vertical passing game. What he does with his feet. There's few people out there that can do that. And he's played so much. He's tough. He does. You see times where he takes a lot of contact, and there's times that you just see him pop right up. And I think that speaks to who he is, the competitor that he is. But he's just a very dynamic football player, with his arm and obviously with his legs.
Beyond him on offense, what else sticks out about him?
You see their skill position. Some new faces there. The guys that have good ball skills. Guys, the tight end is we've seen him before. He's a really good football player. And what he does in the run game, what he does in the passing game. Running backs, very capable, hard runners. They've got a very experienced offensive line that's returning. That they are really good at what they do within their schemes. Big outside zone, nakeds. Play action shots, and these guys they run it well. And they've had a few missed opportunities here early in the year, but it's an offense that's very dangerous.
You guys able to do anything over the weekend at all, or did you just pretty much?
I gave the guys Friday and Saturday off. Intentionally. We came back Sunday, and we had our normal Sunday practice. A little bit different. I wanted the guys to have 2 days off, and our back-to-back days off, and then we came. Back last night, treated as a normal Sunday. Now, obviously, it's a quicker turnaround here today. I thought the guys handled that well, and puts us in position that tomorrow will be our Wednesday, and we'll continue to progress on with the week.
Has this time been helpful in terms of getting guys?
I think so. You saw. There was guys that have been a little banged up. Johnny, coming off the game last week, didn't do very much. It was I talked about a lot of the toughness that our guys put on display, and being able to prepare themselves for the last game. And guys like Maurice Smith, Johnny, Duke, Cooper. Those guys. So it's good to kind of have a little bit of time for them to heal up, and it was good. And like Darius Washington was one that he was available, but I'm glad he didn't necessarily have to play last week. And you see the confidence starting to build with him, as it's going. As we've been moving forward, so it was a good all-in-all week, yes.
That's such an early time to have a bye week, I guess, in the season, but has it lined up well, do you think, for you guys coming up?
I actually loved our schedule. Like whenever it was somewhat intentional in playing the week 0 game, but you look, you got 4 weeks of camp. We played 2, so you got that 6-week set. You get a few extra days. We got another 6 weeks, essentially 6-week stretch in front of us with the second bye. So I love the way it times up in the schedule. But we probably got a little bit more physicality and work last week, just because you got to. We're still at the beginning of the process. I told you guys last week. The growth of this team. It's critical that we take those massive steps forward through all the game experience that we've had and the things that we've learned over the first 6 weeks of camp and the first 2 games. Now we've got to get better, and it's been a big thing that I've been pushing the players with, and they embrace that and they understand. There'll be times later in the season, the second bye will probably be a little bit less physicality, but we've got to continue to build that mindset.
Some interesting results around college football, and I guess it speaks to how you got to bring it every single Saturday because anybody seems like they'd be beat. What's the key to that consistency?
It's I believe it's how you work. It's the mindset, and everybody's going to say the right thing. but is it consistently showing up on the practice field? Is it showing up in the meeting room? Is it showing up in the classroom? Are you willing to push on the things sometimes that you might not even think are important? Are you willing to give your best? Because when you show up playing a college football game, I don't care anything that's happened before. You get one opportunity, and there's teams that that are very talented that that have been beat before by less talented teams. We've experienced that in my time here in the past, and that's where we talk to our players. It's got to be your mindset. What is your objective? What are you there to do for that given day, and what have you done to prepare to be your best in that moment? But there's no question. I mean, there's a lot of parity in college football, but you got to bring your A game. I don't care who you're playing, when you're playing. It's critically important.
Y'all good? Thanks, Coach.
You got it.